ওয়েলকাম টু অনিন্দ এসএসসি টিউটোরিয়াল। আমি আমার গত ক্লাসে লর্ড আলফ্রেড টেনিসনের লেখা ইউলিসিস কবিতাটি বাংলায় আলোচনা করেছিলাম। তো আমার কিছু দর্শক বন্ধু তারা অনুরোধ করেছে যে সেটি বাংলায়, যেহেতু আউট অফ ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলও কিছুজন দেখছে, তো সেটাকে ইংলিশে বলার জন্য অনুরোধ করেছে, কারণ তারা বাংলা বুঝতে পারছে না। তাই আজকে ওদের অনুরোধে, আর যেহেতু ইংলিশ অনার্স অ্যান্ড পিজি এবং পাস আমরা সবাই ইংরেজিতে খুবই অভ্যস্ত, আমি আমার এই ভিডিওটি এবং আগামী দিনে যেসব ভিডিও আসতে চলেছে সবগুলোই আমি ইংরেজিতেই করার চেষ্টা করব। হয়তো খুব সামান্য বাংলা মাঝে মাঝে ব্যবহার করব আমার বাংলা বন্ধুদের জন্য, কিন্তু মূলত ইংরেজিতেই হবে। তো এতে আমাদের পরীক্ষায় সুবিধে হবে আশা করি। সো টুডে উই শ্যাল ডিসকাস Ulysses by Tennyson in English. So today our topic is Ulysses. Composed by Lord Alfred Tennyson. The poem is a kind of first-person narrative. Here the poem is spoken through the lips of Ulysses, a hero, a war hero, a legend in Greek mythology, like Achilles. This poem is regarded as a great philosophical poem, is a great masterpiece. This poem is saturated in a great number of, or with a great number of figure of speeches, and the rhyme scheme is of great poetic style. This poem is full of symbols. This poem is uttered from an aspect of positivity, activity, if someone goes through this poem greatly, then he or she should be and will be greatly motivated. So, without wasting any time, today we shall start the proceedings. It little profits that an idle king by this still heard among these barren crags, matched with an aged wife, I meet and dole unequal laws unto a savage race that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. It is very important word, it. But look, both the letters are in capital form. In general rule, the I should be capital and T should be small, but both are in capital. Why? It's a great poetical interest. It refers to a philosophy, to a life philosophy. Life philosophy of what? Of a particular king at a particular point of time. Now the present situation of I means Ulysses. The present situation of Ulysses is that now Ulysses is living a happy life with his wife and his son Telemachus. They are enjoying a very peaceful, steady life But according to Ulysses, this life is of no profit, means no use, kind of inactivity, life of inactivity. Why? The answer is in the next word, idle king. Ulysses marked himself as an idle king, a king without any activity. Activity means knowledge, knowledge means saturation of heart and experience. Ulysses is dissatisfied with his present condition of life. He is idle, he is inactive. And according to Ulysses, inactivity is profitless. By the still hearth among these barren cracks. Here he gives a very great geographical example or geographical situation of his state. There is hearth, there are barren cracks. Here barren cracks is also very symbolic. Cracks are barren. They are full of unproductivity. Like that barren cracks, now Ulysses is barren. Ulysses can't gather new knowledge. He can't produce new activity, new knowledge. In this way, he became like that barren cracks. It's a great example of metaphor. There is the implicit comparison. Matched with an aged wife, he marked his wife as aged. It's not a kind of insulting tone, no. His wife is aged, he is also aged. But here is the implication is that by suggesting his wife as aged, he also marked himself aged. I meet and dole unequal laws unto a savage race. Ulysses says he is dissatisfied with the life now he is experiencing. He is just passing his day in the same way, applying laws, trying to control that savage people. Unequal laws, this expression has double kind of explanation. According to some critics, unequal laws is that the term unequal laws suggests that in the reign of Ulysses, Ithaca, the name of the state Ithaca has two different laws. One law is for the rich and powerful people, and one for the powerless people or the common people. The crime may be the same, but according to the unequal laws, the powerful people, they remain untouched by the law, but the common people was punished in a very bad manner. However, savage race that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. It is a great example of polysyndeton. Here is the usage of the and, of the conjunction and in an excessive way. And to suggest his emphasis on the race. The race was busy in hoarding, sleeping and feeding. And at the last example, last expression, no not me, it's a great, according to Ulysses, it's a great kind of lacking. They do everything, but they do not know me. It's insulting to me, it's insulting to Ulysses. That people forgot me. People didn't need to know Ulysses. I cannot rest from travel. You said that he can respond. Here traveling is not like that traveler blogger. No. Just go on traveling. No. To Ulysses, traveling means new experience. To be one with that custom and cultures of that land. To fight for the good against the Else, I will drink like the lees. It's a legendary expression. Here life is compared to the wine and experiences compared to the lees of that wine bottle. As the drunkard didn't get satisfied until he reached the lees, Ulysses also remained unsatisfied until he gathered the experiences, that each and every experiences of life. Is a great example of metaphor also. I have enjoyed greatly and suffered greatly. Sometimes I become victorious, I become a victor, and sometimes I faced loss. I got defeated. Ulysses got defeated. Both the experiences. Life is full of goods and bads, life is full of positivity and negativity. Life is a combination and accumulation of good experiences and bad experiences. Not all time we shall get the success. Sometimes failure is our destiny, and it makes us powerful. That loved me, both with those that loved me and alone. Sometimes I, with my mariners, with my co-warriors, have enjoyed greatly, and sometimes I alone went on the expedition. On shores and when through the skirting drifts, the rainy hearts bakes the dim sea. Is a great symbol. Great figure of speech. There are a number of great figure of speech. Skirting drifts of rainy heads. Rainy heads means at that time, and the heads are the constellation of stars. They are foretelling the coming on of storms and rains. And when the rains and storms attacked or came, the whole sea got vexed, got perplexed, got disturbed. Through skirting drifts means when the ship of Ulysses went forward, a division in the water or on the water was made, and they look like skirting drifts. It's a great plowing imagery. I am becoming a name. In this way I became a legend. For always roaming with a hungry heart is a great example of hungry heart. Alliteration and also kind of is a great symbol. The hungry heart, as in hunger, the people doesn't get satisfied until he fulfills his stomach. Until the fulfilling of the mind's hunger for knowledge, Ulysses didn't want to get satisfied. Much have I seen and known. Ulysses has seen and experienced a lot. Series of men and manners and climates, councils, governments, myself not least, but honored of them all. Here is an example of a great figure of speech, Ascendaton. Everywhere he visited, everywhere he got honor. And drunk delight of battle with my peers. The poet with his co-warriors, co-mariners had experienced delight in the battlefields. Heard the ringing plains of windy toy, ringing plains. The warfield is full of sound of swords, the tinkling sounds of swords, the metallic sound of swords, and windy toy. Because on the battlefield of Troy, and due to the vast land, the wind was blowing, or wind blows on that area very fast. I am part of all I have met. When I face something, I became unite with that incident. Yet all experience and art, where through glimpse the unfathomable world whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. This is a great example of metaphor also. That experience is compared with the arch. As through the arch, we get the glimpse of the external, stretched nature outside, the gathered experience like the earth shows us that there are great number of unachieved experience and knowledge. So the accumulated knowledge shows that there are numberless unaccumulated knowledge. How dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unbound is not to shine in use. It is his philosophy. It is quite dull to him to make a pause in life. Inactivity in life is a kind of death to Ulysses. Here he brings on the steel imagery, the iron imagery, like the sword made of steel got rusted, and in this way at a time it is vanished. It got mixed with the soil, but Ulysses doesn't want to be like that unused sword. The sword that is used at a regular time or interval got dazzled, got heavier, got shiny, and like that shiny sword, powerful sword, sharp sword, Ulysses wanted to gather knowledge. He wanted to be glazed, to be blazed, to be lighted with the more and more knowledge. As to breathe a life piled on life were all too little and of one to me. To Ulysses, only breathing is not life. Breathing is the most vital point for living, but only breathing is not called life. According to Ulysses, around us, the knowledge can't be enjoyed, gathered, tasted in one life. To taste all the knowledge of this life, we need life after life after life after life. Life piled upon life were all too little, and of one to me little remains, but every hour is saved from eternal silence something more, a bringer of new themes and fire to air, for some 3 suns to store and hold myself, and this, hold myself. It says that, in general notion, a man can live up to 70 or 60 or 80 years. And according to that notion, the warrior, Ulysses, can live 3 suns. Part for the example of synecdoche, part for the whole, 3 suns equal to the 3 years. Ulysses thought that he might live 3 years more. But these 3 years, the upcoming 3 years, he doesn't want to waste in inactivity. And this grey spirit, yearning in desire, grey spirit, his spirit was not grey, it is a great transparent period. His spirit is as young as a young boy. His hair became grey, but his spirit is young. His rare spirit. Though he is old in physique, he is young in mind. He is yearning in desire to gather new knowledge, to follow knowledge like a sinking star. He wanted to follow like the sinking star, a star that is sinking in one region is going to rise in another region. When a star sets at a horizon, it rises on that opposite horizon. And he wanted to follow the knowledge like that star. Meaning he wanted to follow knowledge in an unending way, as the knowledge is unending. It has no end. Beyond the utmost bound of human thoughts, the knowledge that the human are still in touch that were far from human reach till now. Ulysses wanted to gather that knowledge. This is my young son Telemachus, to whom I leave the scepter. Scepter is a symbol of royalty, kingship. It is a great example of matrimony. Symbol for the king is symbolized. Saying that, to whom I leave the scepter, the isle, I mean island, well loved of me, discerning to fulfill this labor by slow prudence to make my rugged people, and through soft degrees subdue them to the useful and good. Most blameless is he, center in the sphere of common duties, descend not to fail in offices of tenderness and pay meet adoration to my household gods. When I am gone, he works his mind, I mine. Is the most important word expression. He works his word, I mine. But the previous expressions I now discuss. In this stanza, Ulysses tells about his son Telemachus. It has double layered, double meaningful expressions. In one expression, the expressions appear as a praiseworthy words following on Telemachus. It's praiseworthy. But through these praiseworthy words, Ulysses suggests he is different from his own son. It's an example of a foil character. Here, Telemachus is kind of foil character. As in Macbeth, Banquo is the foil character to Macbeth. Through Banquo, both are in same stature, Macbeth and Banquo. But as Banquo is used as a foil character, through Banquo we come across the faults, the backdrops of Macbeth. And through Telemachus here, through the differences between Telemachus and Ulysses, we came across the faults in Telemachus. Through the faults, through these praises, actually through the praises of Telemachus, Ulysses expresses his dissatisfaction with his own son Telemachus. Through these praises, he pointed us the shortcomings of his own son. His son is not like his own father. Telemachus is completely opposite to Ulysses. While Ulysses doesn't get satisfied with the present life of inactivity, he wanted to gather more and more. On the contrary, his son Telemachus is satisfied with the present life, with the present region. He is not. He doesn't want to absorb himself to enlarge his region. He is satisfied with his present life. He works his work, I mine. This is the main expression. He works his work and I shall do my work. Though we are father and son, but our paths are different. Our paths are opposite, in opposite direction. There lies the port, my vessel puffs her sail. Here is kind of personification image, or there is another image part for the whole. Metonymy, example of metonymy, part for the whole, vessel suggests the whole ship or boat, whatever you may say. There lies the port, the vessel puffs her sail. There gloom the dark broad sea. The sea is dark because of the light. In simple meaning, this suggests to me lies the unachieved, ungathered knowledge. My mariner soul that have toiled and wrought and thought with me, that ever with a frolic welcome took that thunder and sunshine and opposed. Example of polysyndeton. Free welcome took thunder and sunshine and opposed from hearts, free foreheads. You and I are old. Okay, till this. So my mariners, Ulysses says, oh mariners, you all with me had experienced victory as well as loss also. A good climate and very topsy-turvy climate also. With me you took grand welcome and also folly welcome. So in our youth we met the opposite Now both you and I become old in our physique. Old age has given you honor. So it's not a great negative thing. Old age has its points too, characteristics too. He's told death closes us old. Death is a must to all. And we are old, so death is very near to us. But something before the end, or means before, some work on our note may yet be done. So before our death, there is a short span of life, and in this short span of life is or must be used. We can't waste time in just staying at home, not unbecoming men that strow with gods. Too negative make positive. Not unbecoming means becoming. Once we fought against the gods in the Trojan War, the gods took the side of the Trojan army. And the great Greek heroes fought against them. Ulysses fought against them. Achilles fought against them. So we are a legend. In our past, we were not afraid of fighting against those gods. Though now we are old, we are young in our mind. Not unbecoming men that show with gods, the lights begin to twinkle from the rocks, the long day winds, the slow moon climbs, the deep moans round with many voices. Great nature description and also the symbolic connotations also. The moon is just climbing up and the sun is just climbing down. So is that their youths are going down. Old is now in the peak form. But they can't want to waste the old age. The deep moans round with many voices. Come, my friends. Nature calls, Ulysses calls them. My friends, let's begin our journey. It is not too late to seek a new world. It is not too late. It is better to be late than never. We have time. Though we are old, we have time. 3 years, 4 years, whatever may be the ages. We can sit here still. Push off and sitting well in our smite. Please sit on the ship or boat and smite to sail beyond the sunset and births. We will go beyond the sunset, beyond the horizon of all western stars, where the western stars set. Double meaning. In one sense, where the star sets, in another horizon the star rise. So by following those western stars, we shall follow the eastern stars. And the symbolic meaning is that after our death there is a new life. Through the gathering the new knowledge, we may be on the mount of death, we may die. But through the death, we shall start a new life after that life. It may be that the gulfs will wash us down. It may be we fell down to the gulfs, where we may die. It may be we shall touch the happy island. In that way, we shall touch the happy island. Happy island is a mythological island where the Greeks thought that the great spirits of the great warriors will go, and in this way, when we accept our brave death, we shall meet our great heroes like Achilles, to see great Achilles, whom we knew through though much is taken, though much is taken means the energy of youths. Much means the mental energy. Mental energy is greater than the physical energy. We are not now that strength which in old age, though we have not that strength of our youth, of our young ages, but in old age, whatever the remainings of the energy, with that energy we moved earth and heaven. In old age moved earth and heaven. We are not now that strength which in old age moved earth and heaven. Though we have not that energy of the young ages, with the energy we have moved all our surroundings. But now we have some strength, or mental strength, through which we can also now move our surrounding also. That which we are. we can't accept the reality. We can't unaccept the reality. We have to accept our reality. Now we are old. We can't have that same kind of human figure of our young ages, of our youthful ages. But with that mental strength, with that unmatched mental strength, we can vex the whole world. We can vex the whole world. Our one equal temper of heroic hearts. Our hearts is heroic quality, made weak by time and fate. Though our physique is made weak by time and fate, but strong in will. But in mentality, we are strong to strive, to seek, to find our will. Example of Ascendedon. And with that energy, mental energy, we shall strive, we shall seek, we shall find a new knowledge, and we shall not yield before the old age fate, before death. So here, Ulysses is a mouthpiece of positivity, is a mouthpiece of a positive philosophical point of view. Death is the most inevitable, a must thing to every life. But before the death, we should not accept the death. Till our last breath, we shall work hard and we shall gather new knowledge, new experience. An ideal life is the life of death. Death is more nobler than the mental death, than the inactivity. Ulysses prompts us to lead our life in an active way by gathering new knowledge, because knowledge fulfills our characteristics. So, today I have discussed Ulysses according to your will. I think you will be greatly rewarded with the knowledge that I have just transferring, and this will help you in your long run. Thank you.